Anyone who does not drive a Ferrari is a lazy idiot. It is that easy to get rich in the world today if you actually try.
I don't think money or power corrupt moral people. I think they bring out more of who you really are, you know?
The number one wealth killer no one talks about. Most of us have received warnings about the apparent risks to financial health, such as credit card debt, gambling, and excessive spending on opulent lifestyles. However, a far more subtle wealth killer is subtly ruining people's financial prospects. According to Mark Tilbury, one of the most realistic financial instructors on the internet. The #1 wealth killer. No one talks about video explains why it prevents even high earners from accumulating long-term wealth. Simple but impactful, the message is that the true adversary is often a habit that is concealed in your day-to-day activities rather than what you may believe. 1. Identifying the wealth killer. The wealth killer, according to Tilbury, is a behavioral and mental health issue rather than a particular environmental trap. Most individuals believe that when their income increases, riches will follow. In actuality, however, wealth and income are not synonymous. Lifestyle inflation, the innate propensity to increase spending as income rises, is the quiet wealth killer that Tilbury draws attention to. Every raise, side job, or promotion tempts us to upgrade to a nicer vehicle, a larger apartment, new technology, or pricey evenings out. These improvements first seem innocuous. On the other hand, they progressively lock you into greater costs, leaving little to no space for investments or savings. Tilbury highlights that since lifestyle inflation is socially accepted and even promoted, it is very harmful. Nobody congratulates you for spending that same amount of money in a discreet manner, but your friends applaud when you purchase a new automobile. Because of this cultural blind hole, lifestyle creep is deadly and unseen. 2. The significance of lifestyle inflation. Consumption at compounding. Every dollar that is wasted now may have been used for investments. Over decades, little investments increase significantly due to compound interest. If those monies are lost to inflationary spending, exponential wealth growth will be lost. Captures you in increased duties. Rents or mortgages are higher for larger units. Higher monthly payments and insurance are associated with new autos. Because it's difficult to downgrade after you've upgraded, you end up stuck in responsibilities. Endangers financial independence. You're still living paycheck to paycheck, even if you're making six figures if all of your income is being used for bills. Tilbury refers to this as the invisible treadmill, where you put in more effort but never achieve your goals. 3. Social comparison and status purchase. By addressing status spending, purchases motivated by the desire to look affluent rather than by need. Tilbury broadens the conversation. Inflation in lifestyle is directly related to this. One example would be purchasing premium brands more for their reputation than their quality. Updating technology every year for status rather than functionality. Eating at upscale restaurants serves more as a display than a source of enjoyment. Tilbury emphasizes that genuine riches is quiet. He understands that the richest individuals live in ordinary homes, drive modest automobiles, and amass fortunes in secret. Those who put the most effort into attempting to look rich are often the ones who go bankrupt. 4. The impact of financial ignorance. Lack of financial knowledge is another factor contributing to the success of this wealth killer. Income, in the opinion of many, is the best remedy. As Tilbury points out, income without savings equals fleeting comfort. Stasis is the result of saving but not investing. Investing impatiently will result in losses. People are unable to see the long-term harm of lifestyle creep if they do not comprehend how money works, including compound growth, diversification, and opportunity cost. They are susceptible to making the same errors again because they lack financial literacy. 5. Emotional spending triggers. In addition to ignorance, Tilbury identifies emotional triggers. Spending to relieve stress, going shopping, or eating out as a way to decompress. Reward spending is when you justify purchases by saying, "I deserve this." To keep up with friends or influencers, one engages in envious spending. These behaviors provide an emotional rationale for waste, which contributes to lifestyle inflation. They normalize careless spending over time. 6. The normalization of the wealth killer in culture. Because everyone is doing it, this wealth killer is not spoken about. The normalization of lifestyles by society occurs through glitzy advertising for improvements, social media that promotes spending rather than conserving. Promotions are linked to obvious improvements in the workplace. This is what Tilbury refers to as financial blindness, the incapacity to see risk in seemingly normal situations. 7. Situations in real life. Tilbury provides examples that substantiate the threat. Despite getting a decent job and upgrading their apartment and vehicle, the young graduate still lives paycheck to paycheck since their spending is equal to their income. Despite earning 6 figures, the mid-career professional has no assets since their lifestyle covers everything. The friend who travels constantly and posts opulent things online but is really drowning in credit card debt behind the scenes is known as the fake rich. All income levels are impacted by lifestyle inflation, as seen by these situations. More money without discipline just translates into more spending, not greater prosperity. 8. Methods for overcoming the wealth killer. Tilbury provides answers in addition to caution. His tactics consist of monitor your spending. Utilize spreadsheets or applications to track the precise expenditure of your funds. Being aware is the first step. Put savings and investing on autopilot. First, pay yourself. Establish automated deposits into investing and savings accounts prior to receiving any income. Engage in value-based spending. Inquire, will this purchase enhance my life in the long run? Otherwise, omit it. Accept postponed gratification. Prior to making non-essential purchases, wait 30 days. Impulses tend to disappear. Define wealth differently. Consider prosperity to be a sign of stability and freedom rather than prestige. Create a system. Regardless of temptation, automation, investment, and budgeting, guarantee that your wealth increases. 9. The mentality transition from consumer to investor. A change in perspective is emphasized in Tilbury's conclusion. Instead of thinking like a consumer who is after looks, adopt the mindset of an asset-building investor. What could this money become if it were invested? Is a better question to ask than, can I afford this item? This shift reframes financial choices and aids in avoiding lifestyle creep. 10. The real meaning of wealth. Tilbury concludes by highlighting the fact that material prosperity isn't everything. It concerns relief from financial strain, emergency protection, autonomy to decide how to spend your time. Having the ability to help others is also crucial. This independence is taken away from individuals by the number one wealth killer, who persuades them to spend their money before it has a chance to develop. This killer flourishes. Discipline and awareness, however, may change the situation. True financial independence may be achieved by professionals and students equally by automating investing, controlling spending, avoiding emotional triggers, and understanding wealth as freedom. Like, share, and subscribe for more.